All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Um, Obviously, it's a Monday night and not the normal Tuesday, Thursday night. That's going to change somewhat. That's going to change slightly over the next, couple of months or whatever it is. Ozark Prepper, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it. Yeah, last week, right, I was somewhat missing in action, at least with the live streams. I'm going to explain in a little bit why. Some of you probably already figured it out. Hopefully, you figured it out. Lisa, Sarita, Melissa, Dobie, thank you for the 5x5. Dan Phillips, thank you for the 5x5. F you all, thank you for the 556 by 420. Kathleen, Henry, thank you for the 5x5. Henry, thank you for the 7-6, whatever the hell. Vision Preparedness, thank you for the 5x5. Colleen, thank you for the 5x5. Jeremy, thank you for the 69 by 818. 818, yes. Rooster, McBean, thank you for the 5x5. Or the Rooster, rather. WTC, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it. Debbie, Laura, thank you for the 5x5. Ken, thank you for the 6x9. Thank you. Streetwise, thank you for the 6x7. Forgiven, God, Kristen, Amanda, thank you for the 5x5. Moldy fan says, first time joining your live stream. Thank you for the 5x5. High five by high five. Thank you, JOC. Finley, Steven, Dark, thank you for the spam by crayons. Not sure what that one is. And everybody else, thank you for the 5x5. So, and Wolfmeal, you're not late. I only started. AP has left New York City. No, Dan Phillips, I didn't leave New York City. Kristen, thank you for the 5x5. And Christina, thank you for the 5x5. No, I didn't leave New York City. Not yet, anyway. That is coming. I just need to look for an apartment outside of New York City. And when I leave New York City, I'm not going to be that far. I'm going to probably be like right outside the city. Because I have a new reason why not to leave. At least not to move too far from the city. But we got banned. Thought I got banned. Christina, what did you mean you thought I got banned? I'm not sure what that means. Renee, thank you for the 5 divided by 5, 25 divided by 5, 5 by 5. Very good. And the announcement tonight is that I love spam, and I will be eating it in the near future for all my meals. Fuck, no way. Get out of here. There's no fucking way. That and cheesy pancakes. Two things I do not want to get started on tonight. Especially the spam. Coming to Queens. Well, Adriana, if I move, but hopefully by the end of this year, I'll be like right up in the Westchester area. So I'm not going to be that far, but I'll be out of the city. It'll give me a head start. You'll get me a job as a local sheriff, All-American Prepper. Very good. So that's actually good. But anyway, Ken said I call bullshit you eating spam. Of course it's bullshit. There's no way I'm eating that crap. The fucking no way. I'd rather shoot at cans of spam all day long than eat that shit. I'd rather watch. Well, I wasn't going to go that far. I was going to say I'd rather watch Rosie O'Donnell dance naked than eat spam, but that's a little much. But yeah, spam pancake flavor, is that a thing, or are you just fucking with me? That can't be a thing. Because if it is a thing, somebody is going to have to just not wake up the next morning. So, Adrian, I'm going to get to it in a little bit. The angry sheriff. Yeah, the angry sheriff doesn't go over too well. A farmer's daughter. Correct. Someone said, I heard you got rehired back in the... Yeah. First of all, Ashnuit Prepper, where did you hear that from? But yes, I was... About a month ago, I got a call from a union member stating that I can go back to work ASAP. No shot, no arm ticket, and no waiver and no contract to sign stating that I wouldn't, I wouldn't sue. So I'm able to go back to work, or rather, not I'm able to go. I am back to work. So I've been working for about a week and a little bit now. Didn't want to say much until I got my feet wet per se, and back into the firehouse. So I'm back currently in the firehouse that I left, and that was pretty much the whole fight. Now, I didn't think I was going to get back to work. I didn't think they were going to call me up and tell me, "Hey, man, you're rehired." I didn't think that was going to happen. So, um, Sojourner said it's a trap. It does, and here's the rub. I'm going to get into Sojourner. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. Um, but whether it's a trap or not, it doesn't matter to me. I would leave again. It's simple as that. There's no downside to this for me, other than going through the retiring process again. There is no downside for me. I already did that dance. I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm facing. So it wouldn't be a surprise if I had to do it again. Now, people, of course, all over the internet, within the fire department and police department, are talking about, what if they do it again? What are you going to do? Leave, motherfucker. Go right back out on retirement. And so, again, it's not a big deal. So now, some of you are asking if I got my time back. No, I didn't. I don't know if I'm going to. And at this point, I don't care. It's not something that listen, if they give me my time back that I was out, that would be great. I don't see the city doing that. I don't see the city being nice enough to do that. If I was an illegal immigrant who's a fireman, maybe I get that time back, but that's not what's going on. And as far as back pay and all that shit, I'm not worried about it. So yeah. So I mean, essentially, you know, did I win? Or did I just wait out a waiting game? That at one point I didn't think was going to happen, but when I started hearing about other places in the country where other cops, firemen, teachers, job places were taking back their employees because they had to, at one point I was like, it could happen. But then when it got to around July and I didn't hear any callbacks, I was like, oh, well, I said it'd be interesting if they called me in 5 years from now, and then that would be troubling if they did, but I would have probably gone back anyway. Because the whole fact of the matter, guys, is that we were to stand our ground. Come hella high water, we were standing our ground. All of us. And Kevin says, what did you win? What I won was the right or my choice not to take the arm ticket. That's what I won. But in the grand scheme, I did lose out on a lot. I lost out on lost time hanging out with the guys. I lost on pay and stuff like that, which I can make back in overtime and shit like that. That is what I lost. Was all of that worth it? Absolutely. You know, absolutely. It was all worth it. Because for someone to tell you to do something that you didn't need to take and to do something that you didn't have to do, and to sit there and wait it out, if you will, or have them actually admit defeat by pulling us back, taking us back in the job, telling us we're hired again, we're back, we're going to get our jobs back. We essentially won because we didn't bend the knee. We didn't have to fucking, cry about it. We didn't get sick behind taking said arm ticket. So, but do I feel like I won? Absolutely not. In my head, when I do the calculations, I'm like, yeah, I won. Because I told the city as a whole to go fuck themselves. I'm going to bounce before you tell me what to do. And only a few of us did. And only a couple of us came back. A lot of guys were also so, they were already seasoned. They already had enough time that they didn't have to. So good for them. I only have 5 good years left in me, and that's what I have to do to make up my pension credit. But who gives a shit, right? When you retire, guys, without a plan, that sucks. and it took me a while to find it. And I started getting into it, and then the job called me, or the union called me up and was like, "Yo, you can go back to work." I was like, "But I was just getting into my routines." I was like, I was like fucking getting in there, you know. So it took a while to get into the retirement phase, and once I started getting into it, they were like, "You can go back to work." I was like, "But what about my 8 hours of sleep?" You know what I mean? Like, stupid shit like that. I was thinking. But now, I get to ride on the rig again. I get dressed. I go to some fires or smoke or whatever you want to call it. Um, it's fun. And the firehouse, they made it fucking super easy for me to come back. They didn't make it weird. They weren't like, oh, they just, we picked up where we last left off a year and 10 months ago. So I've been out a year and 10 months. Um, just the way the guys treated it, it didn't feel like I was gone that long. Um, but when you come back to the neighborhood or certain guys are missing from the firehouse, that's eventually when you see it. A food bar, yes, I'm planning to leave town eventually. I also, not to. The other reason why I'm staying at least another year or two in the city is because I'm taking over this apartment that I'm in from my mother. So, um, being that I'm doing that, now I can't really give up the apartment right away. Adriana, yeah, I still do YouTube. I'm gonna do my live streams. I'm gonna try to get them in when I'm off. Initially, right now, I'll be working all the time just to catch up, and I'm working more now so I can catch fire, so I can go to a fire, so I can see something that resembles flame somewhere in the city. That's why I'm working. So much anyway. I'm also working a ton of overtime. So I'm gonna try to get my live stream. I'm gonna try to get a minimum of 2 live streams in, one on this channel, one on the Angry Truth. Minimum. If they might be Sunday nights, they might be Saturdays. It's where I can fit them in now. I do not. I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes, so I'm hoping other channels forgive me for stepping on their toes. I'm not. I mean, and I'm just don't want to step on their shit and be like, oh, this fucking asshole's all over my, you know. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big channel at all, but I just, sometimes people are torn between watching me and another YouTuber or vice versa, right? So I just don't want to step on anybody's toes. Good enough. A lot of people, well, the family, everybody was happy for me going back. Listen, I had a rough fucking year, like everyone else. I'm not sitting here, gonna play the woe is me and fucking, feel bad for me. I had a fucking rough year. Last year I was forced to retire. My father passed away. The wife and I separated, though we're not getting divorced, which is weird, but we separated. We actually separated 2 weeks or 3 weeks after my father passed away. So that was rough. And it was just it was a rough year. So now, changing my mindset, changing the way I look at things are starting to happen, or better things are starting to happen. So I'm, not waiting for, but just taking things as it is. I had to cut certain people out of my life altogether, just because either they were lying to me or just didn't bring anything to the table. So this happening is good, and I'm trying to take it for what it is, right? No more, no less. I'm not trying to sit here and make this bigger than it has to be. Sorry. It was good that I got back. It was, it was good that I'm back in the firehouse. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't give a fuck what job you have. Firehouse is the best therapy for anybody going through any bullshit. It really is, because guys will often make you laugh. There's not a fucking moment in the firehouse where you're not laughing about something, either at your own expense or just some shit that happens. And I shit you not, for all the shit that I went through, if I was at the firehouse, it would have been a lot less painless, a lot less painful, I guess. But we go through things in life just to fucking, come out on the other side either harden or weaken. And I definitely wasn't going to come out on the other side fucking weekend. That's for fucking sure. I wasn't going to be a baby back bitch, as one of the guys in the firehouse puts it. Now that you're back working, do you have a get home bag? I always have a get home bag. I just pack a lot of gear with my other gear, like my laptop, my iPad, and all my other shit. I always have that stuff going. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's good news. One person, when I pointed that I won because I waited the city out, right? Again, not sure whether or not I was going to get my job back, and at one point I didn't think I ever was. But one person's like, how did you win? You lost out on 300 grand. I'm like, and when the person said that, I'm like, I didn't say anything back to him. I was just thinking about it. And I was like, it's not about fucking money. It was never about the fucking money. It was about the simple fact that people are telling us what to do that doesn't need to be done. That was useless. That was pointless. That still got people sick. Mary, we all went to Greece. That's why it's a really weird spot to be in. We're all in Greece. I just can't believe we went back after being fired. So, Johnny 308, I wasn't fired. I retired. I was forced to retire. Nonetheless, I retired. A lot of people, listen, there were people who were fired. There were people who were on something called LWOP, leave without pay. And they got your jobs back. That is one guy that didn't, and he has to have a special case, and he's going to court and all this other crazy shit. I'm not getting back pay. I took out a pension because I was retired, so I wouldn't get back pay because I was getting paid essentially. And Ozark Prepper, I will be doing my walking videos again. That's for sure. Random Gene. Well, yeah. When people go through shit, it is not. I was never a captain. I'm a fireman. That's it. I'm not a captain. I'm not smart enough to be a captain. But anyway, when people go through shit, there are people who, again, like on their, YouTube channel or social media, whatever it is, they're going to cry about it, right? I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just explaining what happened. And you'll probably never hear me bring it up again. That was it, I don't want to play the woe is me because there are people going through way worse shit than I am. Bottom line. There are people who are going through tremendous amount of pain. And, the wife leaving me, my father passing away, losing my job, turning into a fat fuck. That's not to cry about. There are way worse things out there that are affecting people. And I'm not going to sit here for a second and pretend that I'm going through the worst things in the world. It's bullshit. It's pussy shit. We are not pussies here. We handle what we handle and we fucking move through. Granted, there were a lot of fucking hard days. I didn't feel at any fucking point that I was doing worse than anybody else. Live Free or Die. I will be doing midweek reports. They just won't be as frequent, and they might move around between Wednesdays and Thursdays. Between those 2 days now. We'll see. Like this Wednesday, I will be doing a midweek report. But I can't schedule them, every Wednesdays anymore. They have to be anywhere between Wednesday and Thursday, right? So, again, just trying to move shit around because I'm trying to continue to provide content and then trying to hit my markers of videos I need. Like this month, the markers are going to be down. I didn't do any live streams last week. I'm going to do one Thursday night, and I might do one Saturday night if I'm not doing anything, or if I have something to talk about. If I don't have anything to talk about, I'm not going to do a live stream just to do a fucking live stream. I'm going to do the filming of illegal immigrants. I just got to get down there. I keep looking at the the news, and it's fucking like mayhem down there. Christine Kennedy, I'm not a medic either. I was an EMT a long time ago, but I'm not a medic. And Lenora, I can't film a fire, at least not while I'm fighting a fire. If I'm standing outside, I might be able to film it, and that's when I'm off duty, right? So if I'm like buffing out a fire and I'm off duty, I can absolutely film a fire. Um, but I can't film while I'm operating, right? Trying to hold the camera and force a door or climb up an aerial to the roof. It's a little hard. Adriana, I'm back to work already. I was back September 8th was my first day back. Wait. Yeah, September 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Let's fucking pull up the calendar. I'm pretty sure it was September 8th. No, September 13th. September 13th was my first day back. So I've been back almost 2 weeks. In the firehouse, I've been back a week. But I had to do something called retraining. That's where we go over a ton of shit that's either new, we missed, or need to refresh on. Someone said GoPro. I've seen guys use GoPros at jobs. I don't know here in New York City, but I've seen like other fire services around the country. They use GoPros, but it gets fucking hot, and I don't want to fucking melt a $500 camera, you know. But I have a bunch of GoPros. I don't think I would mount one to melt it, you know. And there's a ton of reasons why you shouldn't film, because if shit goes sideways, now they use your film as to like leading up to it. It's something that I wouldn't do. Don't get me wrong. If I'm off duty and I happen to be like, let's say in this building here, and I'm in a hallway, and on the other end of the hallway they're forcing a door because there's a job going on inside, I would film that, and I would film and show you guys how quick a hallway banks down with smoke. But that's about the extent of how I would do it. But melting a GoPro for the sake of a video, no, thank you. Someone says a plastic resin case. It takes up to 1,500 degrees in the building. Yeah, and great for preps. That's the other thing. The city's not going to allow it either. Like I said, I know in other agencies guys have done it. I don't know how you would do it. I mean, I guess you press record the minute you get off the rig. I don't know. I never had any interest in doing it. You know, I never had any interest in doing it. But if, like I said, if I was off duty and a building's on fire, I'd stand out there and film it, you know. Chuck Norris Gun Club, they did not give me back pay. I do not foresee them giving me back pay. I'm not even pushing for it. I don't care. There are way worse things out there. There are way worse things going on, and the city right now is hurting financially. The last thing they need is a motherfucker like me asking for back pay. Granted, it should be given to me, but I'm not going to play that card. Patty, no, so I don't think I have to pay back my pension, but I have to work 5 years for my pension credit to kick in. Whatever the fuck that means. Listen, I'm in uncharted territories according to a lot of people on the job because I've been out longer than a year. I'm erased from the system, so they have to fucking do all of this shit to get me back in. And so stupid little things like, you know, dental coverage, you know, dumb shit like that. I got to re-sign up for shit like that again. But yeah, man, it's a lot of fucking, it's a lot of little bullshit, nothing crazy, you know. Once you get back into the firehouse, once you get back into doing your job, all of that shit comes together in the end. It's nothing, you know, it's nothing too hard. But I tell you this much, man, when I got the card back, I'm sorry, I'm reading Pinch Runner's comment. Play that card, get your money, get your payback. Like I said, if it's what's going on, Pinball? Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm not concerned with it. If something was to pop up, maybe, but I'm not concerned with it. I just want to fucking, you know, do my job, do my extra 5 years, because I was gonna do 26 years, 27 years, and then leave. After my father passed away, it dawned on me that he didn't get to travel much. So someone said, "You're going back to all fat and stuff?" No, not if I can help it. Though my first day back, I ate 10 donuts right out of the gates. So go figure. Right? So anyway, um, I forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Um, Randy, yeah, that's the thing. You pick your battles, man. You know, like this is the battle that I won. This is the biggest battle I won. Why start anything else that doesn't need to be? We already know the city's going to give me shit about my back pay if I was to ever push for it, and give me my time back. If they do, that'd be great. If they don't, not a big deal, man. Seriously, not a big deal. Um, and yes, grateful preps. They gave the teachers their payback. They hired the teachers back, and they gave them their pay back, which is great. Awesome. Are you in the Sorry, somebody just asked me a question. Yes, Patty, yes, I'm in the same unit. Uh, Random Gene, I don't think the union's aware of it. I'm going to make them aware of it and see where that goes. But again, the pension guy, when I called him, he didn't know what the fuck to do. He was like, and he said, hold on. And I hear him flipping through the papers, and he's like, wait. I'm like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And he's like, the pension guy is like the pension guru, and even he was lost. He was like, what the fuck, man? You know, like he sounded lost when he was fucking flicking through the page. Thought you were a fireman, not a cop. Well, listen, firemen like donuts too. We just don't eat them in the open, you know? And guys are like, how many donuts did you eat today? I was fucking destroyed by the end of the tour. Destroyed. Because I ate too many. I hadn't had a donut in 2 years. So when the donut box is in front of me, I was like, yeah, man. And like a fucking asshole, I went to war with a box of donuts. By myself. And I was trying to squeeze two more in to make it a dozen, but that didn't happen. Because I thought I was going to fucking puke and then pass out from high sugar. Adlov, thank you for that. Right. So back to what I was saying about retiring in the next couple of years. My dad didn't get to travel much, and because of that, and you know, watching him pass away, watching him get sick, watching him not do that, something that he wanted to do, I'm not going to let that chance slip away. So 5 more years, I could still travel. I could travel now. I could travel now as well, and I will be doing that. But I want to be able to enjoy my fucking my retirement years at the very least 20 years after I retire. The very least. Sputter Spark, I did that already. Yeah, Sputter Spark, I did all of that already. I did that last 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and I ate glazed donuts, by the way. I tackled the glazed donuts like they were fucking running away from me. I was fucking all about it, man. Randy, yes, I've already been traveling. I'm the worst, man. And when it comes to fucking like donuts, forget it, man. That's like my weakness. It's like, you know, I'm milling along, I'm on my diet, I'm doing my fucking, you know, I'm doing my thing, and someone opens up a box of donuts, and I'm like, motherfucker. And like, I just have to eat one. And it doesn't turn into one, it turns into five. Then the course of the day, it's 10. Then I get this sugar high, and I don't shut up. I'm bouncing all over the place. I fucking, you know, then I feel like my blood sugar dropping like that. Now I fucking go into this sugar coma while I'm working. Fucking, it's horrendous. It's a horrendous mess to watch. Nonetheless, I do it because I love donuts. Kathy Gonzalez, sorry to hear that. Yeah, listen, when, you know, it and it didn't start with my father. The whole traveling thing, it didn't start with my father. It was actually my wife and wanting to travel more. So we go to Tahiti a couple years ago. Some of you remember that. No, I did not get back pay. And we went to Tahiti, and I was sitting. I told you guys this, some of you guys the story already. I was sitting down for lunch, and I watched this old ass couple who looked like they were 90, but they might have been 70, and they were sitting down, relaxing. But I remember looking at them and thinking, there's nothing they could do other than relax. Maybe that's all they want to do. But I want to be able to do certain things before I get too old. And yes, I could do it now, right? But tactical, I did not get back pay yet again. And Babylon, if he Escape from Babylon. Oh, what did I win? I got my job back. Yeah, 10 donuts. And he got, yes, I got donuts back as well. I won't be doing that again. I really won't be doing that again. That was fucking bad. Guys, everyone was amazed. You ate what? I was like, yeah, man. I was so sad. I was sad for myself. I was like, holy shit. I hit 255, and then I shot right back up to I think 258, 260. I was like, fuck. I gotta stop. So anyway. But yeah, so now I'm back on dieting and shit. Actually, after this, after the live stream, I gotta crank out 2 videos to release tomorrow, and then try to squeeze in 2 more videos. I'll be doing a lot more videos from my car because I'll be on the road a little more, you know. Back pain or payback? Pack pay? What the hell's pack pay? You mean back pay? Oh, I get what you did there. All right. Yeah, but yeah, eating all those donuts, stupid. And the crazy shit is, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm never going to do it again. I'm lying to myself. I know damn well when someone opens up a box of fucking glazed donuts, it's fucking on. So I have to make a promise to myself, not only not to eat it, but to either smash the fucking donuts in the smithereens, throw them in the garbage can, or just walk away from them. I think guys in the firehouse would rather I just walk away from them instead of smashing them in the smithereens. You know, or giving it out to the homeless out front. Something it's got to give. But I can't do that again. But they taste so good. And the craziness about it is, my favorite glazed donuts is from Twin Donuts. And Twin Donuts, Larry, I used to do 300 burpees a day. I would do 100 burpees 3 times a day to get 300, right? Morning, noon, and night. You know, so, but what I've been doing is I've been doing more rucking. I've been doing more jump rope and kettlebell routine. I do a combo routine now. So I'm going to get back into doing 100 burpees a day and then working up to the 300 a day. But yeah, that's the plan. So the plan is to, and if I can keep the weight off, I might eat 20 donuts a day. Just kidding. There's no way I'm doing that again. At least not anytime soon. Respect the donut. Well, you know what? Which is interesting is that, of course, the city's going to fight every step of the way on anybody who wants back pay. But the amount of money the amount of resources, that they're giving to the illegal immigrants is insane. I spoke to 2 cops the other night, and they were telling me that they're getting comp time, like I said before. But the city's fucking them all the way around. And one cop thinks that there's going to be a mass exodus real soon. I'm drinking water. I'm not drinking anything else. Like I said, after this, do 2 videos, and then I got to fucking edit them and go to bed. Got to get up early tomorrow morning. So now I'm back into the work routine, right? I'm back to getting up in the morning. And I don't sleep late anyway. I stopped that a while ago. I was getting up anywhere between 6, 7 in the morning. When I was going through my bullshit, I was getting up late. Right, when I was going through all that bullshit, I was getting up like any time of the day, going to bed at any time of the day. But when Christmas came around the Christmas season came around, I started saying, "Why the fuck am I acting like a bitch?" You know, I was like, "Yo, stop being a bitch," and I stopped being a bitch. I started getting up early. I started doing morning walks, morning rucks, the whole 9 yards. Because it ain't nothing like being a fucking bitch. And then you catch yourself being a bitch. You wake up, you're like, "I'm being a bitch," you know. You get all scared and shit. Your heart's beating. You're like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yo, I can't do this. I can't be a bitch. I don't want to be like these liberal pricks. I gotta fucking start getting in shape." You know. So, sure. And Nat B, thank you for the donations, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, you are. You know, I definitely can't. I definitely don't want to be a bitch. That's for fucking sure. But yeah, thank you for the donation, guys. I appreciate it. And it's that easy, man. You could fall into a constant cycle of overthinking, and that's what kills a lot of people. That's what kills a lot of people's motivation, is overthinking everything. I'm overthinking a situation right now as we speak. And maybe I went a little too hard on that situation. But nonetheless, if you continue to overthink, you destroy a lot of shit. And I'm learning not to take shit personal and not overthink as much. Right? But yeah. Yes, Chuck Norris Gun Club. Man boobs are even worse. Like I said, I started gaining weight. I was looking in the mirror. I was like, "Am I developing titties?" I was like, and I was like, "No." And then I fucking threw on packs and started running up hills and shit. I could ruck up a hill or jog up a hill with a rucksack on now, without dying at the top of the hill. That's important. That's important that I don't fucking die up there. Someone said, "Will you get your when you move?" Yes, live free or die. I will when I move for sure. Um, Steven, yes, my back pay will probably go to the league. Oh well, since you work for us now, whatever back pay you get, we're gonna give to Consuela and Little Juan. They'll take your money and buy a fucking scooter with it. Now the scooter thing, a lot of you when I was talking about the whole scooter nonsense with the illegal immigrants and that the city's giving them money to buy scooters, I was wrong. So what they're doing is they are pooling their money together. The illegals are pooling their money together and they're buying these scooters, which are cheap, and they're using those scooters to work for people who own the Grubhub, Uber Eats accounts. So the city's not giving them enough money to get scooters. They're actually pooling their money together to do so. You know, but yeah, yeah. So the rucking thing, I want to do like a rucking event here in the city and see how many people, and it's going to mimic a bug out, like a bug out bag. It's going to be like the weight of your bug out bag, but in a backpack form, so we don't look like obnoxious people walking down the street with our bug out bags. I want to start doing that again. Um, I've done that a few times. A few times. I'm going to start doing it again. And you get in a good shape, fucking walking around, walking 5-6 miles with that shit on your back. Miss Karen, are you splitting your preps with your ex? She wants me to get rid of all of them. Like the closet right now, she's fucking fine with. She wants me to get rid of the MREs, put it in the storage unit. She just wants to make more room for her room. If that makes sense. But whatever. As far as the preps goes, it stays there. I'm not moving them anywhere until I finally move out of the city. I'm not moving shit anymore. I'm not moving my fucking storage unit again. I had to fucking move that shit around. That was a fucking headache. And I looked in the storage unit. I'm like, I got too much shit. Fucking bullshit. I gotta get rid of this. And and I don't sell anything. I get rid of it. I'm a bad salesman. I'll go to like a prepper swap meet and be like, just take it. Like I don't have any what you call it of selling anything. I'm the worst, man. Oh yes, FDNY does buy from the lowest bidder. They all do. All city agencies do. They're like, does it hold together when it gets wet? And the person will be like, yes, sold. They don't give a fuck if it does anything else. Will it fall apart completely if it's in some heat? No, sold. They can. I mean, how much is it? It's $5 per mask. Sold. Like they don't give a fuck. They screw us every. They do these testings on our gear. They're like, oh, we're testing these gear, and it takes them fucking 5 years for us to get it. By the time that happens, I'll be out. They're testing. They're always testing new shit, always, and we never see. I'm gonna probably say this is probably a brave statement to say. 90% of the shit they test, we do not see. Maybe a little more than that. So yeah, when it comes to fucking the gear we get, the gear we wear, yeah, fuck us. So it's that simple. Um, Someone said do eBay. Like I said, man, I suck at it. I'll like, you want it for $1, or I'll trade you this nice knife for a shiny nickel. That's how bad of a salesman I am. I'm just like an idiot in that sense. Yes, the NYC Preppers is still a thing. I haven't done anything with them in almost a year, so I'm gonna get it back up and running again. Do more live streams, Zoom meetings, and then we'll do like bug out weekends, bug out marches, if you will. We used to do bug out bag walks, right? We just put our bug out bags on, or the weight of the bug out bag, and walk around the city. And not walk around aimlessly, but we go from one point A to point B kind of deal. We aren't wandering around the city looking like fucking assholes, you know. Um, Grateful Preps, they just did it. So here's the deal: with them parking the illegal scooters and shit on the streets, they're just parking them there. They're just leaving them in front, and no one's saying anything about it. So, Kathy Gonzalez, the job is not about the money per se. Granted, I worked all these years for a pension. I want my fucking pension when it's time for me to bounce. But um, it's not about the lotto, because if I won the lotto, I'd still be a firefighter. I wouldn't leave. It's not about the money. Now, granted, if I was going to move somewhere like Vermont, Tennessee, Montana somewhere, Oklahoma, if I was moving out into those places, yeah, then I would leave the job. But it's about the love of the job. But there's also a thing where you got to know when to let go of the job, right? You can't stay past your point. There are guys who age out. So aging out of the job is 65. I am fucking not working another 20 years. I'm not. I want to enjoy the rest of my life. I know I'm going to get Alzheimer's. I have it runs in the family. My grandmother had it. My grandfather had it. My father had it. Now they're saying that they're seeing an increase in dementia from those who survived 9/11. For a lot of you that know, I was there, and I have that shit running in my blood. So I'm going to forget and develop dementia earlier than I should, which is why I'm giving myself a 20-year timeline, or I'm going to get some fucked up cancer. That is the life you lead, or will get, or have to accept when you take on a job like this. So such is life. Johnny 308 says too many snowflakes on YouTube. Yeah, they are. But I will talk you down to $1 and make a $50 profit. Probably. People will probably you can get away with that shit with me. You know, you could definitely get away with that shit. Like, how much for that $350 night? I'd be like, $5. And then I give it to you, and then you turn around and sell it for $250. I'm that fucking bad. I would need somebody standing next to me to be like, don't you fucking dare give that knife away for fucking $5. Yeah, Jeanette. So there's a lot of things I'm doing to detox the heavy metals to slow the process down. I'm also reading more, because they say it slows that process down as well, keeping your brain active. Yeah, Tia Marie. I wouldn't mind doing more giveaways again. I just gotta figure out my financial standings now, because now I'm back to work. I'm actually taking a pay cut from my pension. So again, I have to start doing certain things to either make more money on YouTube, which is why the Calming Journey channel, that's almost monetized. And when that gets monetized, and I have to do more videos on it, when that gets monetized, that's good for me, because that channel is purely for, first of all, calming people down and also making money. And yes, incognito. I was in 19 truck. I'm back in 19 truck. I didn't go anywhere. But so real quick, guys, we got 15 minutes. I wanted to talk about October 4th or 11th. I had somebody call me, and they gave me an interesting heads up. Now, I heard something vaguely familiar about October 4th years ago. And Well, they said this water's filtered, but this water's filtered, and I filter it again. So I have a filter that takes out heavy metals, so I should be okay. I should be fine. But anyway, with the whole October 4th thing, the whole October 4th issue, I heard something very, very interesting. Now, yeah, incognito. How do you know that? Very interesting. So Johnny 308, those dates are relevant according to conspiracy theory. Major, major conspiracy theory. Yes, Emilio. There's a lot of conspiracy theory about October 4th. One of them is a little off the charts, but if any of you seen the Kingsman, the first one, where they had the cell phones, and they had the signal on the cell phone, and it drove everybody crazy. People are linking something like that to people who have the arm ticket in their body, and then releasing a signal to make them agitated. 56 truck. Okay. All right. Very good. That's how you know them. But that's the theory. That's the conspiracy theory. Well, thank you for your service, Incognito. But that's the theory. So you're going to be hearing a lot about that, about October 4th or the 11th, and it's going to be an emergency broadcast over the phones. And that this signal over the phones is supposed to agitate people who took the arm ticket. Now, had I not seen Kingsman, I would have thought nothing of it. Though this sounds too familiar to a movie, I don't think it's anything to worry about, nor is it real. But you're definitely going to see more theories on this coming out. I'm not worried about it because how many death dates did we get or have we seen over the course of the last 10 years? Hell, since we were kids, you vaguely remember people saying, hearing about, was it March 15th? This is the end of the world. And I'm like, wait, what? And we've been hearing this shit since we were kids. Now, every year there's a death date. There's a date where the world's going to end or some fucked up shit's going to happen. I have witnessed people who've taken the arm ticket and witnessed behavioral changes. In fact, I think there are a lot of people who suffer from behavioral changes after taking the arm ticket. We are seeing more what looks like 5G antennas here in the city. And they have modern looking ones. I'm going to show you guys one on the community board. I'm going to share a picture with you. Hopefully you guys can tell me what it is. I thought it was a new version of the cop shot or the shot spot, the thing that listens to gunshots, which doesn't work, by the way, guys. That shot spot shit in the city where they could track gunshots throughout the city is fucking bullshit. People are still shooting each other like hotcakes in the city. That thing didn't stop crime or slow it down. People seem to think, guys, that, I'm sorry for going off on this rant, that video cameras are going to prevent crime. Video cameras do not prevent crime. Video cameras give them the reason to surveillance you even more. That's all it is. It's all bullshit. This shot spot thing is to listen to more people, not listen for gunshots. It's all bullshit. So anyway, with that being said, guys, there's a lot of crazy shit being said about October 4th. Oh, the movie, yeah, Slim Shady, or the movie The Cell. Yeah, that was that was a good movie, by the way. That ending was stupid, but the movie was pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't take any stock in any of this shit. I'm going to probably do a video and talk about it. But the chances of that happening, listen, anything is possible in this day and age. We have seen a lot of weird, fucked up shit. But, yeah, I don't think that's a thing to worry about. I really don't. Because I don't see the elites doing that just yet. If that's even possible. Now, is it impossible? No. The military has been working on frequency, I forgot what the fuck it was called, for decades, on how to control people through frequency, making them go crazy, making them go to sleep so that they become less combative, right? Paul F. Yes, the answer is yes. Um, they've been working on that kind of frequency shit for years. So it's not something new. It's been around for a long time. So when people talk about this frequency shit, and everybody talks about the graphene, what you call it, in the arm ticket, it piques your interest at the very least. I'm not sitting there saying that it's going to happen. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that it piques my interest when I hear two things that could become weaponized end up happening on the same day. So it's just something to consider. But do I think anything big's going to happen October 4th? No. You look so nice with that backdrop. My brother bought me this backdrop. I wasn't going to buy one. He bought one for me. He's like, they don't need to see the apartment. I was like, all right, fine. So he bought me a backdrop. And it is annoying though. Like when you think about it, you watch somebody who has a living room this big, and you can see all the way to the door. You're focused like behind me and not like what I'm saying, kind of deal. Because I do that all the time. Every time someone talks, I'm looking in the background to see like what's on their shelves. You know, don't get caught on the wrong frequency. Yeah, so the frequency affects a lot, but the military's been working on that shit for years, like weaponizing certain frequencies to make people either chaotic and or go to sleep, one of the two. And sleeping is probably the better option because then you could bag them and fucking put them away. But if you make them go crazy, they're doing half the work for you, whatever that is. You know. But I really don't foresee anything happening October 4th. Because after October 4th, guys, they're gonna come up with a new date, December 23rd. What's happening on December 23rd? I don't fucking know. Some nut job's gonna make up some fake bullshit date that never fucking happens. Like I'm waiting for the apocalypse. Nothing's happening. Because the apocalypse, guys, I don't think it's gonna look like what we think it's gonna look like. It's not gonna be the rapture where people are gonna disappear. Um, Maybe people might just die. Then I think the rapture is going to look way different than what we think it's going to look like. I think the end coming of times is going to look way different than what we think it is. The Euphrates River, if you guys Google that, Euphrates River, look up the what's supposed to happen behind that. That's very interesting shit. You're watching the Euphrates River dry up, and there's a video of guys hiking around the Euphrates River and voices coming out from what seems like cavern vent holes deep underground. And I watched this video and I'm listening to the voices in it. And the only problem with the video was that they were saying whatever they were saying in multiple languages. And I was like, that's kind of weird. But then again, if you believe in that. But the Euphrates River has a deep connection to the Bible. I'm just like, come on. And it's drying up. I'm like, seriously, Seriously, it's all falling apart. So no matter what you believe in, guys, whatever, doesn't matter what you believe in the Bible, you don't believe in the Bible, you believe Jesus is coming back, you don't believe Jesus is coming back. All I can say is look at the Bible a lot closer, a lot closer. Never mind all the other bullshit. Look at it a lot closer, and you're gonna see a lot of connections. 10 Tigers. The quality of the video does look good tonight, right? I'm looking at it. I'm like, why does it look so clear? It's because I think the light, I brighten the light. I think. I don't know. Yeah, well, listen, no matter what happens, man, we're ready for it. We're going to be ready for it. We're not going to buckle into bullshit. We're not going to sit there and start crying, carrying on, and blaming other people. We will handle whatever comes our way. Well, if you hear the horns, guys, it's fucking on. So no matter what happens next, it's gonna be bad. If that is in fact true, we don't know. That's the thing. Because a lot of people have been saying since I was a kid that Jesus is coming back, and no one knows when. If he does, but I tell you this much: if he does, that is going to scare the shit out of so many people. You're going to see people who was just yesterday saying, I don't believe in God, fuck that, fuck him, fuck, 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 fuck. And then when it happens, they're going to be like, fuck. They're going to drop to their knees in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. So there's a lot of people talking a lot of shit. The only problem is, guys, is that we can go our entire lifetime before he does come back. If in fact he does. We can go a whole lifetime before that happens. You know? So, yeah, listen, you hear the horns, man? It's fucking on. That's all I could say. A lot of bad shit's going to happen behind it. If you're not saved, you're not ready. Yeah, it's seemingly so. Laura said Jesus is coming back. Yeah, listen, I know a lot of people who said that, and, you know, they've been waiting. They've been waiting. You know? People are idly sitting by waiting for him to come back. And I'm not waiting. I'm just, when it happens, if and when it happens, I'll be ready. You know? Or rather, I am ready. But, yeah, man. Listen, when I mean it's on, there's going to be a lot of fucked people. Fucked people. People who thought they were living a righteous lifestyle, you know who they are, they're going to be fucking judged in a heartbeat. Even they might fucking submit. No whiskey tonight. I want to have a clear head. I'm not going to do the whiskey thing anymore. Listen, there are nights where I'm looking at my cup. I'm like, I should put whiskey in that. I'm like, no. No more. No more whiskey live streams. Because then I just go on a rant and I go off the fucking tear and I start. I'd rather tear into people when I'm sober. Not when I'm fucking, you know. Billy the Kiss, I will not hold my breath for Jesus. No one's saying hold your breath for Jesus. Not at all. I'm just saying when it happens, it's going to happen. And it's not going to happen fast. That's the other thing. A lot of people under this impression that if he does come back or if there's a religious shift in the world, that it's going to happen fast. No. It's not going to happen fast. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen at a pace to scare people, but it's also going to happen at the pace that's going to last a long fucking time. You know? So we shall see. You know, that's all. And that's the other thing. We shall see. Yeah, sober rants are better. When I'm, you know, whiskeyed up and fucking ranting, I can go anywhere. I can get myself into trouble, which I have already, you know? How many people, why would you say that? Why would you use the R word? Why would you say retard? Because it's a fucking word. Like, I don't understand this shit that Democrats are doing, which I'm going to speak about tonight on the Angry Truth channel. But, yo, these motherfuckers are limiting. They're looking to limit free speech on every front that they possibly can. So now, if you say anything, Emilio, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So if you say anything wrong now, guys, people are fucking crying and carrying on. He said retard. And my son, he's special needs. It hurts him. Meanwhile, the kid is licking glass and banging his head against the fucking wall. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if you call him retard or fucking, like, you know, or Superman. They don't care. You know? No one fucking cares. But it's always the sensitive parents to be more sensitive. You know? So, and it's amazing when people like are angry for other people. You know, when white people are angry for black people. My white guilt says I should apologize to you. No, the fuck you shouldn't. And if you apologize to me, I'm gonna kick you square in your vagina. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear white guilt. I don't want to. I hate these videos where you see white people kissing black people's sneakers. And here's the worst part about it. When you see white people doing shit like that, you want to kick them in the fucking teeth. Because what are you fucking doing? You're sitting there, standing there kissing people's shoes. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And forget about the assholes who are lined up letting these people kiss your shoes. This isn't The Last Dragon. I'm not kissing anybody's Converse. What the fuck is that? Like, the white guilt shit is fucking over the top. I'm done with it. And then people who fall in line for it. My parents, grandparents, great-great-grandparents, so many years ago, they're so far back, I had to do a 23andMe to find out who my slave grandparents were, and I apologize for what they did 500 fucking years ago. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? And people like white guilt? Listen, you white fuck, knock it off. Stop. It's done. That was in the past. Move forward. You don't bring back the shit by talking about white guilt. It's the fucking worst thing in the world. Never even heard of anything like that. Thank you, Christian Prepper, for that. I never heard of anything like that. White guilt. Oh, God. And people like, when you see a black man, give him $5. What? The fuck do I need $5 for? What am I gonna buy a cheeseburger with that fucking $5? The fuck, through the roof, through the fucking roof. Pisses me off. Because I saw a video the other day. This white lady kissing black people's sneakers, and it was white guilt. I'm so sorry for what my ancestors done to you. Mwah, kiss your fucking Converse. Stupid fucking people. I hate liberals. I fucking can't stand them. They're the fucking worst. Those people sit there and they're like, I apologize for my white privilege. That's not a fucking thing. White privilege is not a fucking thing. Rich privilege, that's a thing. Rich people get away with a lot of shit. But white privilege is not a fucking thing. My CrossFit coach, he was like, I have white privilege. No, you don't. He's like, well, I did this, I did that. I'm like, I did the same thing. I said, in fact, I became a firefighter. And there are a lot of people who can't become a firefighter. That's not white privilege. The white guys who became firefighters before me, they took a test that was physically draining to become a firefighter. That has nothing to do with white privilege. There is no such thing as white privilege. There's being fucking rich and there's being poor. The white privilege thing is just to create a fucking gap in between black and white people so that they can have a racial divide. That's all it is. But there's no fucking such thing as white privilege. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go off the air. I'm going to take my white privilege talk over to the Angry Truth channel. I will see some of you guys over there, and I will see some of you guys Thursday night, hopefully. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit. Thank you for the congratulations, and I will see some of you guys in about 3 minutes. Good night.